Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Angry Pool Man channel, where we learn how to treat our pool and our pool man. We're outside the leaf canister here. We have 11 today. And yeah, it's still kind of looking like a June gloom here. This is being the 30th of the month. And but I hear that we're going to be getting into some July fry here very soon. You know, like I said, I've always been trying to create more value for you. And, you know, you new pool owners really, if you don't have somebody like myself, you know, you kind of flying blind. And so I'd like to help you out here. If you don't have a pool guy here in the 4th of July, you really should. But if you don't, let's do what we can to make sure that, you know, you have a good holiday and that everybody enjoys the pool, and that, you know, and this is a really long holiday, right? Holidays ostensibly already started yesterday, and, you know, everybody's kind of going through the whole weekend, and then 4th of July is on Tuesday. And so there's probably people taking, you know, Wednesday off still. So there's going to be quite a long time from, say, pools that I saw last Tuesday, going through the holiday. And fortunately, the ones that are that I'm referring to, they'll be fine. I've loaded them all up. And so that's what I want to teach you today. We will never learn what we think we already know. Let's get back there and clean it up. Okay, so we're back here at the pool, and yeah, it looks, you know, as I had expected to. Always like it to be cleaner, but, you know, what are you going to do? So these bougainvilleas and the leaves that accompany them are the things that get in this pool. So you might have been saying, hey, Angry Pool Man, how am I going to, you know, prepare my pool for the week and coming? A lot of usage right here. So we don't have hardly any chemicals here, but a high pH, good alkalinity, and cyanuric are good. Sorry, I tried to push the reset button, but I'm still talking. So anyway, yeah, so I mean, we don't want to load up the pool so much with chemicals, and that's why I always love the chlorine tub floater, because it's chlorinating 24 hours a day. And in the weekend like this, where there's going to be high usage, let's use it. Okay, we can take it out, or even the homeowner can take it out if they wanted to, but this is what we do to make sure this pool is sanitized. Okay, so long ago in 1991, when I started doing this, the guy who trained me, a guy named name of David Zeiler from Summit Pools from Laguna Niguel, California. He really stressed the importance of the tile, and especially on a pool like this, it's super important because there's a lot of sunblock from the kiddos that are taking the swim lessons here. So I might actually even hit the tile twice. So while I'm working away here, I'm going to put my leaf canister back.
fire up. Okay, so this is a major fighter against algae, and this is the Pool RX. Every pool should have one. Thing is that you gotta have the right one, and you don't want to have the Pool RX blue, all blue. And this one, it's too powerful for this size of pool. It's a small little pool. Doesn't need that much. Okay. So now we're going to Tulsa 90. See, he's still doing the wheelie. My homeowner and I had discussed last week that he was going to purchase these little floaters that go on the cleaner. Unfortunately, I don't think he got around to doing that. Yeah, see, because look at him right now. He's like totally ineffective. Anyway, regardless, obviously the Tulsa 90 is a huge game changer for you guys with riptides and big rigs. I am not too sure why you'd want one of those. Now, let's not be kidding ourselves. The Tulsa 90 is not a riptide. Okay, let's be real. But for $200, now I know you guys are saying, hey, I can't find one. They're out there. They're just a different model. And I have put a link in the description on another video, but I'll put it on again here. There is a 2023 model, and that's the one you want. Okay, I kind of feel good about this. I mean, I definitely feel good about the pool, but I got bummed at the cleaner, so I took the leaf canister out. I know, this pool's name is the leaf canister. However, I put the floater that was next to the leaf canister on next more to the cleaner, and lo and behold, look at him, he's performing beautifully. So we're gonna leave the leaf canister out until we get those floaters in there to float it on the top. So now we have plenty of chlorine here. I added half a gallon of acid, plenty of, you know, acid to knock down that pH, and this pool is ready for 4th of July. Okay, so we're here at the Onyx pool, and our snakes are working here. Our Hayward pool cleaner, 2-wheel drive version, is working. Notice it's got those little black floats on the gray hose. Yeah, those are really working well. So here, no chlorine and you know, a pH that needs some knocking down. Alkalinity and cyanuric are good. So I'm adding a tab floater here for the weekend, and we'll see how long this goes. We have good salt. In fact, if anything, it's like literally bang on. So and I was just at the equipment, I opened up the salt cell, and there's a little scaling going on inside, but not much. Certainly not enough for me to bust it all down here, but doesn't look like it's really producing a whole lot of chlorine. The you know, obviously we have mom here doing some supervising lifeguarding, and yeah, the pool just looks fabulous. Still have quite a bit of insects, which we're gonna eradicate this week, and we'll yeah, I'm feeling really good about this pool. So as far as what we can do to prepare us for the 4th of July is we're gonna brush. And if you remember last week, I was brushing in the spa, and there's some salt flakes in there, so we'll see what those are doing. But yeah, these return lines over here in this pool, like, they don't have a whole ton, but they're very effective. That one over by the stairs really pushes everything all the way over to the skimmer. I'm gonna get to brushing. All right, the Onyx pool is looking really good. Look at our cleaner. He's over there in that furthest part from the pool. There's the cleaner port. So he's got to go over there, and he's got to go over there. And I feel good about this. We can move on. Okay, I'm here at the Great Wall, and yeah, there's still people sleeping, so I'm gonna get in and out of here. Things are looking really good. We had some issues with the cleaner, sucking some air. I think some hoses weren't put back correctly. When we take it out, it has to be put back correctly. But look, we're making progress. If you remember, there was a big hole here. So the fact that it's covered up, that's very good. However, we had a lot of dirt in the pool today. So anyway, we had plenty of chemicals, and I added another tab in the chlorine floater, and I added a spillway program from 9 to 9:15 to purge all that party water that might have been made last night. So anyway, let's move on. Okay, we're at our first infinity pool on Friday here, and you know, there might be some real changes to the route here. I have like 11 on Friday, so I'm going to try to basically have 6 every day, 5 days a week. So anyway, here are our chemicals. We have plenty of chlorine. It's on the low side. It's high pH. Alkalinity and cyanuric are good. Now we have a tab floater here in the trough, and I'm definitely going to add one there, although cyanuric is creeping up. So we had 3,900 to 3,600 parts per million on our salt, so that's really good. And we need to make sure that this Hayward system is getting what it likes, which is what it needs. Otherwise, doing pretty good. I'm going to brush, and I'm going to do all the tile, and then we can move on. Okay, I feel good about this. Everything is emptied and cleaned and brushed, and we're all chemmed up here. We can move on. This pool is ready for 4th of July. Okay, so what do you do with the original spool and how to prepare it for 4th of July? Well, not a whole lot to do. We first off, I hit it with the Telsa 90. There was quite a bit of stuff, leaves in the pool, roly-polies, whatnot. I hit the tile, high pH, no chlorine. That's fine. That means somebody's using it. I like that. So I added, you know, a large splash of acid, and I added about, I don't know, 1/8 of a gallon of chlorine. Even though this IC20, you know, should be producing plenty, I think it, you know, doesn't run sometimes, and then also we're right on the cusp of having high salt, and that's on me. 4100 to 3700 was our range, so I'm not really sure why it's not running, but or why there's so little chlorine in the pool week to week, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's move on. Okay, I feel good about this. I'm actually going to put a tab floater in the trough just for the weekend. This homeowner has his college-age son that's here, and we all know what that means. So they're going to need this. I just put salt in last week, and so we had 36 to 32 right there where we want it. But it was a little bit low on the chlorine and the cyanuric, so I'm going to put one tab in the floater in the trough, and that should help boost our cyanuric. So the pool's come alive. We're just after 9 a.m. here, and it looks really good. Now that we have kind of said, okay, we're going to use the pool to its, you know, full extent, instead of, you know, waiting for the builder to fix this hideous plaster job. It's super patchy, blotchy, and I understand why the customer is interested in getting this thing fixed. So anyway, but I feel good about my role in it, and we can move on. Okay, we're here at our rectangular pool with the electronic cover, and as usual, right after 9 a.m. this like a lot of my pools, they have a spillover program going on. So water looks great. A couple weeks ago, homeowner said, yeah, the chlorine seems really high. So I actually turned the salt cell all the way down to 20%, and so this is the tail of the tape here. So yeah, we hardly have any chlorine, and we have, you know, high pH where someone's been swimming. Okay, that's all right. It is summertime now. So yeah, I'm gonna crank it back up to 60, because yeah, this is gonna be, you know, 4th of July here is gonna be, this pool is gonna get used. So I'll turn the salt cell back up to 60. We had 60%, we had 3,900 to 3,600 parts per million. So I know we have a green light. Let's make sure we go and check our green light on our salt cell. Oh, and look, it says low. Oh my. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna add a half a bag, maybe like a third of a bag. If the salt cell doesn't think that there's enough salt to produce chlorine, it's not gonna be producing chlorine. Now, we had a surplus here in weeks past, and that's well and good, but yeah, if the homeowner is complaining that, you know, family members are not complaining, nobody complains, they just mention like, hey, yeah, somebody said that I could smell the chlorine. It's like, okay, well, yeah, there's chlorine in the pool, you should smell it, but you know, if you're burning your eyes and your skin is you know, breaking out in a rash, obviously that's an issue. That's not what she said was happening here. However, that's, as being the pool man, that's what I want to avoid. So I'm gonna add, like I said, like a third of a bag of salt, and make sure I get rid of that red light, turn it back up to 60%, and then I'm gonna brush everything, and then we can move on. Okay, I feel good about this. I sat here at the skimmer. Yeah, I've said never add salt to the skimmer, and I never usually do, but here's the deal. 3,900 to 3,600 on my meter. The pool thinks it had 2,950, and I had a red light. So what do our rule of thumb is we always pay attention to the red or green light. So I put like about a fifth, maybe even less, into the skimmer, and hey, bada bing, I got that green light. I put a little, went over to the and checked it, put a little more, a tiny bit more, went and checked it, and then I got the green light, and we're good to move on. And this pool is ready for the 4th of July. Okay, we're here at Geronimo's pool, and what do you say? Looks good? All right. Yeah, this pool looks so dang good. 3,400 to 2,900 salt, and but we have a green light on our salt cell, so that's good. Our Pentair Rebel is looking good, but he's starting to concern me in that he's kind of slowing down, and that means to me that we are really close to a filter clean. Now, you know, 4th of July is, today is Friday, and 4th of July is on Tuesday. I don't think we're in that dire of a need right now. In fact, look, he is moving around. Yeah, he's climbing the wall. I mean, I can't complain about that. Eventually he's going to change direction, and he'll get over here. But look, he already has been over here. This pool always cleans up super nice. I'm going to brush, and we can move on to our last pool of the day, the Pixel pool. Okay, as usual, I feel good about this. This pool is just really well engineered. I've always had my doubts about it, in the sense like, where does the poop go? But you know, the results are, you cannot argue with these results. There's just a little bit of dust and insects on the pool surface, but I've already brushed up, and we're chemmed up, and we can move on. Okay, here at the Pixel pool, last pool of the day, and we have the same recurring theme. He's not working. Now, he looks like he's trying to work, and in fact, I hope some auntie or uncle is not inside pressing the cleaner button, because this is a Easy Touch 4. This is a emblematic of a COVID pool. There's no reason why anybody would want one of these. Okay, this is a 4. It only has 4 programs instead of an Easy Touch 8, which is what you want. Okay, this is so grossly inept. And then on top of it, our salt cell is still not working. There's no power to that. Okay, so I have replaced the 10 amp fuse. It's like an automotive fuse in here. And so the only other thing that's the problem here is in here. So now, and I'm not going to do this today because this is not a repair day. This is a service day. If I can come back this afternoon, I'm going to do it. But this thing has been wired up, the salt cell and the power supply. And I haven't even checked this yet, but I already know that it's wired up wrong, because if I'm blowing fuses every time, this is supposed to be behind here is the relay. There's 4 relays, right? Or I don't know how many the Easy Touch 4 has, but the Easy Touch 8 has 4 relays. And the salt cell, especially in this configuration with an extra power center like this, it's supposed to be wired to the load side of the relay, the load side of the relay. I mean, I know this because I've installed at least 2 dozen of these things myself, and they all work just fine. So there we go. No power to that. I guarantee you that the fuse, that 10 amp automotive fuse, has blown, and I have replaced 3 of them now. So now we need to troubleshoot on to the next step. Let's check out the pool here. It looked good when I glanced at it here. We're probably, you know, once again, how important it is to have an auto feeder. You know what? I like that. That water level is okay. That black widow spider that's in there, not so much. So anyway, he's trying to move around. Okay. So last week he wasn't working. Why? Because of a rock. Okay, yeah, and another plastic cup was stuck in him. That's now like the 3rd plastic cup since I've taken this pool over. Like, what are these people doing? Like, having, you know, super parties, and I've actually never seen a cleaner sucking up a red cup. Not good. All right, but everything else looks good. Let's check our chems. Yeah, and since we're not, since the salt cell is not working, I'm having to subsidize the sanitation of this pool, because, you know, it's got a salt cell, it should be working, and that's how this pool should be sanitized. But I have to sanitize it myself because the salt cell is not working, right? Now, the customer doesn't know this, or frankly, I don't even think they care. But the point is that I care. If I have to add a tab and a gallon of chlorine every week just to keep up, that's no good. Okay, well, fortunately though, we do have some chemicals in the pool, and that's thanks to our 3-inch chlorinating tablets. I don't know, they might even be out of town. The pH is pretty low for this place. Alkalinity and cyanuric are good. Now, I'm not even going to take my salt here because the salt cell's not even working. When I took it last week, it was like 2,500. Okay, so that's not producing anything. And then on top of it, if the thing doesn't even have power, then it's really not producing anything. So I think I'm going to let it ride here, and maybe just add another something to that chlorinating tab floater. But this thing looks good, and it's ready for the 4th of July. Guys, if you got anything out of this, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and comment if you got something to say. I'm the original swimming pool fiduciary working for you guys out here in the field. I'm the Angry Pool Man. You guys be excellent to each other, and I'll see you on the next video.